Hello everyone, welcome back to another game of Pax Nora. This is Mirior, playing my Spark Curse deck, flicking with Shattered Peaks, playing Boernegar, who is playing Full Faction Underdepths. Should be a fun game. We're on a good map for Full Faction Underdepths, if this is the kind of meta rushy build that I most commonly see with Underdepths. I've described this map as a knife fight in the past. That is still my favorite analogy for it. Boernegar is opening with a Shadow Rake. It has stasis, it'll be staying still for its first turn in play. But it'll still be acquiring action points. It'll have 12 action points stored on the turn after that, which I believe is enough to reach the side font. Then you'll have a second champ to move into the mid font. Alright. I've got the Nora to double deploy. I always try to run some champ in any deck I build that's less than 60 Nora and still useful. Double deploys to the second player are often very helpful. This map, less so. But being able to start the fight quickly is always helpful. Yep, 12 action points is enough to reach that side font. The Cave Runner goes into mid font. So stasis doesn't actually slow him down at all. It is a negative ability, but on an 8-speed champ, that drawback is a lot less than it could be. It essentially still has the speed of a 6-speed champion, moving out of the gate. And now it's just a solidly strong champion. 8 speed, decent attack. I believe he was running it with Pawn. And of course the Shadow Rake's signature ability, whenever he attacks something, he summons a lesser Shadow Rake. You can only have one out at a time, but one is enough to be difficult. Alright, here is where my second champ is. Having the double deploy is helpful. My second champ is able to start attacking, when normally I would be just moving second champ into the font. And the font won't be much protection here because the Cave Runner does tunnel. But moving the Storm Orb over the side means that the Bright Moon Lich will be able to get in quickly. I'm trying to figure out how to defend. This was likely to be a very fast attack. Cave Runners and Shadow Rakes, this is definitely a meta rushy build, which is something that this deck tends to have trouble with. I have very fragile champions. It's a consistent theme with this deck. Nothing that really tanks. But I also am good at putting out damage quickly. Like Bright Moon Lich is a glass cannon, but it is such a cannon. Part of me is regretting not dropping a Shade Striker to get Punish going. But also doesn't make that much of a difference because he is using a bomb instead of charging it in. And Grimlock, okay, so he's setting up for a ranged match. I've got 2 ranged champions out. And apparently Boernegar is not confident that he can outrush me, probably because of that Bright Moon Lich's damage potential. I'm fine with that. This is definitely a deck that's happier playing a ranged standoff game, and Underdepths usually isn't very strong at the ranged standoff game. If I can deal with that Grimlock. And Grimlock's not that tough, unless he's running it with Deflect, but even then, it's still fairly squishy. Alright, Shadow Rake is in position to start moving in. Cave Runner has used the bomb. Grimlock still has a bomb as well. I have to be careful of positioning here. There's Deception. Deception's all clustered together. That's not common to see. I'm going to guess the one that's charging into the font is an illusion. Clicking on them is usually possible to tell. Yeah, I think that one's the real one. the abilities are in a different order. It would be nice if the client was a bit less transparent about what is and isn't an illusion, but we work with the software we have. Alright, is the shadow rate going to charge in? I'm guessing no, because it will be... I've got a solid ranged battery going on now. Warband to get hit points. Yep, falling back. Yep. This deck has a lot of electric synergies in it. Or a lot of spark synergies, jolted synergy specifically. But it also just has a good selection of cheap range champs. Make it pretty quick to set up a kill zone. Alright. Start getting some damage in. Underdepths doesn't have much healing. And this gets rid of the illusions, which can be obnoxious to deal with. Alright. Everything's far enough back that I'm not likely to get kills this turn. I can distract the cave runner. No tunneling, no bombs. I think the bomb's still on cooldown, but no tunneling is good. I also have everything cursed because I do have the Storm Orb out. That'll take care of the War Banner. Grimlick still has bombs. I can't entirely avoid the bombs, but I can make sure he's not hitting more than 2 champions with it. 2 is acceptable. Yeah, 2 is unacceptable. He can hit that many champs with the bomb. Trying to avoid that puts the positioning too badly off. But here, out of range of any double taps. And I've still got things in position to kill anything that comes close. His champs are also fairly fragile. And I think for fighting glass cannons against glass cannons, range wins those fights. Yep, there's a firebomb, 2 champions. Can probably kill the Storm Orb if he charges in, but I have other champs in position. Yep, there's a charging in. He's going to make a Shadow Rake. Oh, that spawned in the worst spot. I have Hynid Dream Crusher with Disbelief. So the summon itself won't be difficult to deal with. I just need to make sure I am dealing with the actual Shadow Rake, or it'll just keep making more. Yep. 10 magic damage. It won't actually kill the Shadow Rake until the end of my turn, though, so it's still in the way. And an initiative champ. Okay. Nefari Messenger. Some drive in. Alright, that complicates that somewhat. Boernegar is making the attack, and it is looking like it's going to be sustainable. Yep, he did kill the Storm Orb. Multiple DOTs stacking is difficult to deal with. Alright. I want to kill Grimlick. That's definitely the biggest threat in the field. But failing that, I do need to make sure I'm killing something. Bright Moon Lich can double tap pretty much anything I wanted to double tap. The first hit on the Shadow Rake will go to the Lesser Shadow Rake because of Pawn, which is not an ideal use of that. It's a trickier situation than I was hoping it would be. Okay, let's get it out of the way like so. get some healing on my fragile. Now I can trigger pawn and take out the Shadow Rake. Having to use a spell there is not ideal. But I did get the healing on the Bright Moon Lich, who is the main glass cannon there. I want that Nora Globe. See, I won't bet. And taking it won't put me in double tap range for anything. So yes. Okay, good. I can still get a deploy. Something to defend that bottom font from the tunneling tunneler. Cave Runner. And yes, moving the Shade Striker in there. It'll stealth because of Dead Magic Zone, which will protect it from Grimlick and from the Messenger. Alright, probably be... Oh, Firebomb will reveal it. Because I do believe the Firebomb is off cooldown. The Cave Runners, I mean. Grimlick's is not. Grimlick's is on cooldown. Alright, he can kill the Voltaic Slag. That'll still be 3 champs, 3 champs. I still have Phantom Dash available on the Bright Moon Lich. And the Cave Runner is close to death. A good Phantom Dash kill there. Should even things out. Alright, so there is the slag down. Now where is Cave Runner going? Yep, it's doing the bomb. Okay, it's moving Grimlick back. Grimlick is still the biggest threat on this board, and I want to get to it. But I also want to make sure that whatever attack I make is sustainable. He's left the Cave Runner with no action points. I am running Bright Moon Lich with Punish, just to provide something that balances out the Cull Punish side of this deck. Oh, sorry, running it with Cull, not Punish. Cull is the one that gives it extra damage on opponents with 0 action points, which is why it's such a glass cannon. And the 4th champion coming down, Chosen Rosarius, who is particularly good in low champ count situations. Alright. Let's get some mass shocking going on. Get another champ in. Mass cursing is what I'm really going for. He has regenerated enough champs that the shock damage is mostly negligible. But there's that kill. Moving him out of double tap range, even with the drive. And I can start getting some damage on the Nefari Messenger. Who can hit the Bright Moon Lich with magic attack. And the Lich is vulnerable to magic. But the Grimlick can't double tap, so that'll be 2 hits on the Lich. I think it'll survive. Or it'll require a spell investment at least. And then the Messenger is in danger. Void Shield on the Chosen of Asarius is going to be difficult to deal with. So I do have a Price of Victory. Okay, Bright Moon Lich is dead. Yep. And Life Siphon on the Messenger. It is surprisingly survivable for a mostly support champ. It's not a mostly support champ. It has drive, and drive is solid, but it's a combat champ. It happens to have drive. It's moving the Chosen Rosarius in aggressively, knowing that I don't have much that hurts it. I do run Soul Reave in this deck. I don't think I have it revealed though. Alright. What can I kill? We're pretty much just trading kill for kill at this point. And I feel like the first one of us who doesn't get a kill on a turn is going to be the one who loses. I do have Soul Reave revealed. But I don't have the double tap on. Alright, I can double tap the Messenger of Shade Striker once with the Storm Orb. I have Chain Lightning, but that's just 15 damage, it won't change anything. I have Alacrity for more action points, get both of my back champions into the attack. Yeah, let's see how much we can do. You can definitely get the kill, but I won't get the globe. And I will have to use a spell to finish it. Yeah. Now both of his champs, I do have Vaporize on the Shade Striker. It's only one attack is particularly dangerous to it. Okay, 3 champs against 2. I don't think he can get the kill, but he can get that Nora Globe. He has Firebomb up. That changes things. That, I think, will be a kill on the Shade Striker. And Superiority, because he wants to get the Nora Globe as well. Or because he missed it, the Char would have killed it. And that's unfortunate. I was hoping he couldn't afford a second deploy on top of that. Because now I'm here. Grimlick is what needs to go down next. But I am rapidly running low on champs. Can't quite get Grimlick's Globe, and I can't get the other globe without leaving the font undefended. I can keep the Dream Crusher alive for a turn. Yep. And Dream Crusher is great with Whispers of the Mind because I am running my Dream Crusher with Static Shock. Goes with all the punish that I'm running. Goes great with Whispers of the Mind. So that's where that 10 damage came from. But I don't think I'm going to be able to get a kill next turn. This is very much a knife fight of a deck, of a map. Having both of us able to deploy immediately into that mid font from multiple directions. It's very easy to just trade, especially when we're both running more glass cannon tile champs. It's very easy to just go trade champ. I do think I'm going to be the first one to miss a kill though. Because he did finally get something out that is heavily survivable. That Chosen Rosarius is difficult to deal with in this low champ count situation. I have Soul Reave. Once I get enough stuff to one round it, I can do so pretty easily. I should grab Grimnick's Nora Globe. I should, but alright. In hindsight, this is definitely a misplay. I should have grabbed the globe, gotten another deploy down. Instead, I'm putting a rock trap gamble going on, where one of these two champs, if it moves first, it'll move in a way that triggers the rock trap for both of them, which Boernegar is seeing through, moving one champ definitely out of the range of the rock trap, and now moving in the mercenary to collect that fat Nora Globe and do significant damage to the storm orb. Passing up the globe in order to get the melee specialist proc. .24 damage, and Maddening Echoes to finish. Not quite finish them both. Mindstorm to finish them both. Alright, this is a done game. I'm coming from absolutely nothing, and he's got the mid font, plus all of those Nora Globes. Alright. Good game, Boernegar. And I hope you all enjoyed watching. I will see you next time.